Yes. Welcome to another episode of the Austin Pod. I am feeling great and energetic today. I think it's from like not having to go out as much as we were the last several weeks.
And you're not even drinking alcohol today.
I know. It's very Texas of me to have Dr. Pepper.
You're so healthy. A diet Dr. Pepper.
A diet Dr. Pepper, which, jumping into it, I was just in Waco this last weekend, and that's where they have the Dr. Pepper Museum.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go?
I wanted to, but we were just like driving back from Dallas. But we did stop at 2 bars.
Okay.
So that was fun. I will talk about that a little bit.
What was in Dallas?
I went to Iron Root. It's a Texas whiskey, which I highly recommend if you're looking to try like a Texas whiskey that's out there, because they have a bad rap. Like sometimes people think Texas isn't as good as Kentucky whiskey. But recently, like a lot of the stuff that has been coming out is really good. Garrison Brothers has like a super unique taste. I think still Austin's the best whiskey in Texas. And then I tried Iron Root this past weekend. Super blown away. It's a family-owned business about an hour north of Dallas. We did like a little influencer trip there for a day, but super impressed. Now I'm going to start buying their stuff.
Did you drive there?
I did, but it was fun because like they took care of our hotel for us.
Yeah, that's nice.
We went like a night early to go out to dinner in Dallas. We went to the Michelin star place. They won
the only
the
one?
only one, and it's not even for food. It's for the best like cocktail program.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Which was pretty
Then how
cool.
come we got no bars that got a Michelin star
I
in
know.
Austin?
How crazy is that?
Equipment Room should get one. and here nor there.
Yeah, 100%. So that was cool. Got to experience a little bit, but I really want to go back to Dallas before I give too much of an opinion on it. But Waco was interesting. I mean, I think I enjoyed it because it was slower than Austin. And out here, it's always like I go into bars, people recognize me,
True.
or it's like a party atmosphere. And I just went in there. It just felt very calm and relaxing.
Is traffic still the worst in that little area?
I was there on a Sunday, and it was like fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been through it in a year. I try to avoid that little patch of traffic like every time I go to Dallas. So
Yeah, the highways were a little crazy, but
okay.
just stopping off in the town was solid. And we went to Balcones, which is another whiskey distillery. They're another one that they're very out there. Like they have a very distinct taste when you try them. And it's not for everybody, but whiskey enthusiasts like it.
Are you keeping track of every whiskey distillery you go to in Texas?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah?
So it being like, if you're not familiar, I have another page called The Whiskey Boys. Definitely check that out. But living in Texas, I want to represent Texas whiskey. So like I'm very prideful of it, and I want to show them off like as 50% of what I put out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big thing. Like driving through Waco, I saw that they were there, and I was like, oh, let's go stop by. So we went to the distillery. We tried a couple cocktails. We did a little flight of their whiskeys. We had Nelly with us. They were dog friendly, which was really cool.
Anthony, how could you drink that and drive home?
Kelsey.
I'm like so concerned. I'm like, wait. That's fair.
But
though.
it's funny. We were talking about that last episode. Like Matthew McConaughey was asking me, he's like, "Do you just take a sip and get going?" And I was like, "Oh God, I shouldn't even tell him what I do."
You're like, yeah, I'm on the city's delinquent
Yeah.
drinker. City delinquent
I'm
drinker.
the Austin alcoholic is my go-to. And
That's a good handle.
Yeah,
Oh my God, the Austin alcoholic. People love
that's like my
alliteration.
way of just like breaking the person down when they're like, "What do you do?" I'm just the Austin alcoholic. It's like-
Did we even say like our handles at the beginning?
we didn't. So this is 18, 19. I realized the last episode I said the wrong one, but I think this will be 19 when it comes out.
Episode 19.
And then, yeah, this is the Austin Pod. If you're not following us already, YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, and we're on Instagram as well. But we have a super fun episode. We're going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to go into some great places that you can go for your birthday, whether that's an event, whether that's things to do, a bar, whatever, because it's Rachel's birthday this weekend.
I selfishly chose the topic this week just because I've been like really writing down places to go this weekend. My birthday is never on a Saturday. Like people whose birthdays fall around a holiday know the struggle, but my birthday is November 23rd, and every year it's either the day before or after Thanksgiving, sometimes on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And it's just the worst. Like nobody cares because by the end of the year, we're all broke and tired and your mind's on Thanksgiving and traveling for the holidays. What am I going to get so-and-so for Christmas? You know, all that jazz. And we're all exhausted from October of ACL and F1 and Seismic and all the events. And so then here I am in late November being like, hey, everybody, like, can we please go to this restaurant for my birthday? And thankfully, I have like friends who are willing to hang out with me on my birthday. But yeah, I just felt the pressure this year. So I asked people on Instagram, like, what are some things to do? for birthdays that y'all have done, and we're going to get into that later. Did want to give a quick recap. I feel like every episode we talk about a place that we love that is now closing. And I think we know the big one.
Eisenhower's.
Eisenhower's on Rainy Street announced they are shutting down this upcoming Sunday. This is crazy. They have been there 14 years in the same spot. And I think on our Rainy episode, we were like, it's not all bad. Like Eisenhower's is still there. They've got the Sunday pop-in music that you can go to. And now it's dead.
Yeah, they were one of the last places to still have Sunday Funday in Austin because they did have the live band that would play outside. I have a special memory of blacking out on their sangria because for whatever reason, that was my last drink of the day. And I thought that after already having 10, 15 drinks, that I can finish it with a whole mason jar of sangria. And that was the one and only time I fell off of a scooter going home. So that's my memory of Eisenhower's.
Damn.
But yeah, Rainy Street is like almost completely done. As being like a big street, there's still bars to go and visit, but as being like Rainy Street, where everybody hangs out, you can hang out a whole day there, that's kind of fading away.
Getting rid of Eisenhower's, one of the big bars there, is so monumental and depressing. I literally keep looking at Bangers like scared. I'm just like, are y'all going to announce soon your last date as well? Like that. People are going to riot in the streets.
I think I heard somebody say that Bangers has like a lease that's another like 5 to 10 years. I remember hearing something like that.
Can you imagine like Bangers tucked away with all these skyscrapers like surrounding it?
I would love that.
It could happen.
I would just so we could keep like something there.
Just something.
But I will say Eisenhower's did say that it's not because they're building something there. They said that they're actually looking for somebody to take over the lease.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the owner is just Denzo.
I guess so.
Good luck selling that. I fear that Rainy is just not the place you want to put a new business right now.
Yeah.
Like nobody goes there except tourists who saw an old list, an old guide, like where to go in Austin, Texas, and none of them have been updated. So
maybe they could put another omakase.
I
was trying to think, or a pizza place. I'm trying to think of like what keeps popping up like crazy.
Are there pizza places on Rainy Street?
Actually, I don't think so.
I don't think so
So
either.
it could almost work.
Is the Via 313 still there?
It was at
Oh, I think it is at Lester Pearl.
Lester Pearl?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But anyway, RIP to Eisenhower's. That was one of the first bars I went to when I would turn 21 here. And I remember going every Sunday to see the Night Owls. The Night Owls don't even play there anymore. It became the band PDA, which they're also great. But yeah, that was just the spot to be back in the day on Sundays. And now I don't even go out on Sundays. Like I'm tired. But
yeah, well, I think part of it is that you're, older and tired and your birthday's coming up. And I feel the same way. But is it that or is it that it doesn't feel like there's that big want to go out on a Sunday? Because back in the day when you saw there was this big thing at Bungalow and all your friends were going there, you might have had more of an urge to go out. But now it's like, well, what's the point? Like, there's nothing to do. There's a couple of things, but there's not that much.
Yeah, it's a mix for sure.
Right?
I mean, if my friends have like concrete Sunday plans or my friend is a big Chiefs fan, bless her. But she's always trying to get us to go to West with her now to watch the Chiefs games. And
okay.
If I'm bored, I'll go and just for the vibes. But yeah, going out on a Sunday is not my priority at this point in time. Also, the Chiefs just lost and I loved it. But yeah, RIP to Eisenhower's. In some new to Austin news, I do not know how to pronounce this place, but there is a brand new Spanish dessert / cuisine restaurant on South Lamar. It's kind of near Black Sheep Lodge, across from the CVS, I believe, is right there. And I do not know how to pronounce it, but it's San Jeans.
Yeah, don't ask me because I'm the king of saying things wrong.
I don't know, but it's a really popular spot in Madrid, Spain.
Okay.
And they just decided to open their next location in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So coming from Spain to Austin, which is very unique. It looks good from what I've seen on people's Instagrams. Apparently they have paella there, and I'm always on the hunt for good paella in Austin. So I'll be checking that place out.
That'll be cool to check out. I mean, South Lamar, you said, right? South Lamar is legit. That's why I said I want to do a full episode on like our top 5 places to eat, our top 5 places to drink, because South Lamar is not a bad place to go. I mean, I guess if you're somebody listening to this episode and you're moving to Austin and you're looking for an apartment, I don't think that's a terrible place to look for an apartment.
I used to live off South Lamar, and I loved it. So I agree. It's a good street to live on. Not as walkable as other streets, I would say, but you're definitely more likely to find parking at most of these places on South Lamar.
Yeah, I like it because I feel like there's going to be a bar or restaurant that's near you. Some of the other places you might have to scooter, and then you have downtown that's like right there. So that's why I like where I live to still be a little active with places, but not to be right in all of it.
Yeah, agreed. I guess this place, you could walk to Black Sheep Lodge. You could walk to Loro across the street.
They just put Nicky's
Oh, yeah.
over there.
Uncle Nicky's.
Uncle Nicky's,
It's like a casual Italian place on South Lamar. Really great meatballs. And that those words do not leave my mouth often because I'm just like, it's a meatball. How great could it be? But here, it's really good. Yeah, we'll have to do that episode coming up. I really do forget that there are a lot of places on South Lamar.
So many places.
Yeah.
And then even like in that one little, I forgot the apartment building. It's across from the Gibson where the Alamo Draft House is.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 4 restaurants in there and
True.
the Alamo, so.
I remember when that Shake Shack first opened, it was like a big deal.
Really?
And the lines to get in and eat there were always so long out the door.
Wow.
People were lined up for Shake Shack, and the first time I had it, I was like, this is the best burger. I was like, I don't remember, 24 at the time, but it's funny that it's still a, fine, fast casual burger place,
Yes.
but now, we've all moved on to better burger places.
What I was going to say was actually I just went there for the first time in like 5 years, and I was thinking, I haven't gone here. Why haven't I? And then I started eating it. I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
It's pretty good.
But you feel guilty not going to like a local food truck.
I know. You do feel guilty. It's crazy that Shake Shack was the second Shake Shack to open west of the Mississippi River.
Wow.
The first was in Vegas, and then they were like, we're coming to Austin next.
So tell me, I'll give you mine. Tell me your 3 favorite like chain burgers that chain or fast food burgers that you can get.
Oh, geez.
I'll give it mine off the top of my head. I might be forgetting one, but these are off the top of my head. I'll say the place we were just talking about. What's the name again?
Shake Shack?
Shake Shack, sorry. I just had a brain fart. Shake Shack at 3, P. Terry's at 2, and Five Guys at 1.
You do love Five Guys.
I love Five Guys.
I haven't had them in years, but I remember it being good.
They're not like in great locations in Austin. There's one that's like super south or near Sunset Valley, and then there's one that's north. So it's really hard to get it if you're not near it.
I fear... I'm like, what do I like these days? I don't go to chains as much anymore, but if P. Terry's counts, then...
Definitely.
P. Terry's Buddy's Burgers?
Okay.
Does that count as a chain? And then I think Shake Shack would be my number 3.
Okay.
Which is, I don't go there because they don't have a drive-through, but it's pretty good.
It's good, yeah. Because I know people always talk about that. We did like the best burgers, and Buddy's came up a lot.
I do love Buddy's.
Some people like Sandy's, but we're both not very in love with Sandy's.
The hate I will receive if this ever reaches the masses about Sandy's. I'm sorry. It's just so dry.
That's how I feel about Whataburger, so I'm gonna get some hate for that. But people have said that too. Like every time I go, it's at 2 a.m. when it's supposed to taste better because you're drunk or whatever. But it's always like so dry.
Fair. It was better when I was in college and a kid.
So you've noticed it's changed over time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sold to a higher power.
Yeah.
And most of my favorite places that eventually sells, the quality just changes. And that's why I'm sad that Chewy's sold this year, because I'm like, that was my favorite chain restaurant. And now I'm like, what are y'all going to do to our beloved Chewy's? But yeah, transitioning into something more fun, something exciting is happening this weekend. And by the time this episode comes out, it will have passed and we'll be talking about it. But we just saw today on Instagram that there will be a Glenn Powell lookalike contest this Sunday at Auditorium Shores.
Yeah, I woke up to 2 DMs from just, I think the girls that are putting it on.
Okay.
And
Who are they?
I don't know.
Oh.
They literally just DM'd me randomly. And I was like, oh, this is super fun. Like, I like that they're doing this. And the reason I think they're doing it, I'm just assuming because I just saw this. It went viral in Chicago. They just did a Jeremy Allen White for The Bear, which is filmed in Chicago.
Did he show up?
He didn't show up. But the winner, first off, that reel went like super viral. Like, it was crazy. But then they did one in New York, I think.
They did for Timothy
And
Chalamet.
Timothy showed up.
He did. I thought
like,
that was so cool.
I will not be surprised if he ends up showing up. We're going to be talking about this later.
I mean, it feels too last minute for the actual Glenn Powell to show up.
Yeah, he would have to be in town.
Yeah, like, do they even know if he's in town?
Yeah, we don't know.
Because that's what matters. If he's, filming somewhere, as he probably is, he can't just.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he could, but come on.
But I want to know because I was looking at the post that I posted, and you were chatting with one of the girls in there, and they were like, can we have the queen be a judge for us? Did you respond to them?
Literally, I was in your comments like, who is hosting this? And it's so last minute. Like, today is a Tuesday, and they're like, it's going to be this Sunday. And I'm like, huh? Like, what? And yeah, someone was like, would you host it? And I'm like, that'd be sick. And then they DM'd me. I'm like, wait, really? And I was like, I looked at my calendar Sunday, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not doing anything. So
you're going to do it?
yeah, they're going to
love that.
ask me to present the prize to the winner.
Okay.
They choose the winner based on like audience, clapping and cheering, whoever gets the loudest.
Oh, so they'll be like this person. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's whatever the audience decides. And they win some money and a cowboy hat, apparently. So
Because I've been vlogging, so maybe I'll come with my vlog camera and I'll record you announcing who the winner is.
oh my God. So I decided, you inspired me to finally start my YouTube. And because it's my birthday weekend and I have a lot of plans, I'm like, okay, this is the weekend I'm going to start.
Especially if you're going to announce the thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got something to do Sunday.
Yep.
So yeah, it was actually shared in my group chat, friends group chat about the Glenn Powell thing. They were like, we have to go. There's going to be cute boys there of men looking like Glenn Powell, and they're all single. And I'm like, they just asked me to present the prize to the winner. So yeah, we should all go. And I'll be like, those are my single friends.
That's so funny.
But why do I have a feeling it's going to be mostly UT kids?
Yeah, it's going to be UT kids. And even if you look at like the Jeremy Allen White one, they all look like goofy versions of him.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
Same with the Timothy Chalamet one, which I think that was so cool that Timothy showed up. He definitely like has his own place in New York City.
Yeah.
So
He seems like a cool guy.
he seems so cool.
And I'm pretty sure he was like a vlogger or something before he was a big
Really?
actor because there's videos that have come out of him on YouTube.
Loved him in Dune. But also, he's dating Kylie Jenner, and that perplexes me.
That's insane. They just don't look like they match each other.
I just want to know what they talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know what's going on.
She's just like,
in those-
wow. And he's like, that's dope. Hi. And there's nothing there.
Like, she has 2 kids now.
That's crazy.
And respect to her, like, single mom dating, but what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you talk about?
Insane.
Like, oh, I loved you in Willy Wonka. I don't know. So yeah, by the time this comes out, it will have already passed, but we'll definitely be recapping what happens at the Glenn Powell thing.
And just to put that out there, I mean, now that you're going to do it, so
I hope you come.
I want to come.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That
We
would be
both
so-
were just there and we were just like, hey.
Well, that's the good thing about the vlogging you'll see is like you want to start doing more things for that.
Oh, fair.
So now like I'm showing more lifestyle. Before like a reel is like you just have to go to a bar, show the bar off and be done. But vlogging, I want to show more of how fun life is in Austin.
Yeah.
So
I
something
have
like that,
this-
that's perfect.
for sure.
You know?
Has that new camera you got been good?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a game changer.
Is it worth it?
I think so. It's $660. It's called the DJI Osmo. You can use it for vlogging. You can use it for content. You could use it for pictures. Like I took a picture, it came out really clear.
Okay.
So I was really impressed with it. I think the creator pack is 660, the regular is 500, but the creator pack comes with like a really professional microphone, which is really important if it's like a windy day and you're shooting
Oh,
content.
yeah, definitely.
So
I want to get a good vlogging camera, but I told you this before, but I bought like a GoPro one year, like 2019, and I used it like twice.
yeah.
And I had to resell it for less. So I just don't want to fall into that trap, but I'm trying to be better about
That's why
this.
I was like, I want to put out at least 5 to 10 vlogs before I even do that. And I did that through like the Whiskey Boys and the ATX Drinker
Oh,
on
true.
YouTube. So I'm like, all right, I'm rolling with it. Now I feel like you'll do the same thing. Do a couple on your phone, edit them, and then you'll be ready to go.
Okay. I'm nervous. YouTube is such a scary frontier to me, even though I've been saying I'm going to try it for like 10 years and then I just did it. And now I'm like, well,
Well, I'll tell you the thing, this is for anybody. I'm sure everybody likes creating content nowadays and everybody wants to try to make it. But the number one tip I can give anybody before a million other tips is consistency is key, right? And you know this from like Instagram. And I forget that because we're already big and successful on Instagram. So to like be patient on YouTube is so hard. Even with the Austin, pod. It's like when you look at Mr. Beast, these other people that are huge, their first 100 videos didn't even like do well. So it's like, don't even worry about the results. Obviously, get better, and put out good stuff. But you kind of just have to just be like, I'm just going to put out 100 videos. And then from there, keep going,
that's so true. I'm going to do my best. So, yeah, I'll be vlogging my whole birthday weekend and putting it on the Rachel Lately YouTube. Something so new to me, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, birthday weekend. I really wanted to talk about like birthday ideas, things to do in Austin, or not even like a birthday, but like a celebration or an anniversary. There's so many things you can do in Austin to like, get your friends together and do something fun. So I would love to like know some ideas. Well, obviously between the two of us, like what you think would be great ideas for a birthday.
Love it.
Or it doesn't even have to be like your own birthday, but maybe you've gone on some adventures with your friends and their birthday ideas. Like I know you did like a Fredericksburg trip for a birthday. I thought that was super cool. So yeah, top of mind. What do you got?
Where do we want to jump into? We want to jump into like restaurants first or just anything?
What about like things to do? Because I'll start. I plan to do something that my friend did for her birthday. I definitely just like stole her idea. It's called Game On ATX.
Yes, we did that for a birthday too.
You did?
Yeah.
It's so fun. For anyone that doesn't know, it's in North Austin. It's like a game show, but for you and your friends. And they have a host. They ask you questions based on your interests or just random trivia. It's nothing like too hard though, because I'm not very good at trivia. But they have like a big wheel that you spin. There's also like a Family Feud aspect to it. And they're really funny. Like the hosts are hilarious. They get the audience involved and it's not awkward or pressure. My friends were literally messaging me. They were like, I don't know anything. You're going to make me go on a game show? I'm going to look stupid.
No.
And I'm like, no, you're not going to look stupid. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun.
You better like it.
Yeah, it comes out to about like between $30 to $40 per person.
BYOB.
It's BYOB, right?
Yeah.
Like anything?
Yeah, like we just brought packs of seltzers and stuff.
Okay.
I think I even brought a whiskey.
This we didn't know when we went with my friend. And I heard this, so I have to let everybody know because that's crazy.
You got it, because that really adds to it once people loosen up from a drink or two, because it is one of those things where you just have to have fun.
Yeah. They also do like corporate events. They have a room for small groups, but they also have a big ass room for like up to almost 40 people.
Wow.
So highly recommend. I'm doing that on my birthday.
Great recommendation.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm trying to think specifically for like things to do. I know we've done Top Golf with our friends before. I have a group of like 12 friends. And I'm like, every weekend, I'm like, oh, I'm going to not drink now. And they're like, it's our friend's birthday. And I'm not going to be the person that's like, sorry, I'm just going to skip this one.
You're just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
So like, the other weekend we went to Chalmers, which I think is a really good bar to have a birthday at. I don't know if you've been to Chalmers recently.
Not recently.
They recently finished up their patio. So it's now more like Armadillo Den in a way where they have like a big stage in the back. This is like the whole back area, not the front that was originally the only thing that was open. And it goes all the way down that like area. They added another food truck there as well as their own kitchen that they make food out of.
Oh, that's interesting.
I hate when I blank on stuff, but it's one of the barbecue trucks that used to be next to Quantos.
CM Smokehouse.
No, next to Quantos.
Oh, Smoke and
Yes.
Roll and Smoke.
Roll and Smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they added them there.
They are so good.
Yeah, which is a great addition.
I forget about them, but great barbecue food truck is Roll and Smoke.
Yep.
Like they have this monster sandwich of barbecue that was intimidating, but so delicious. And they are slept on in the barbecue world, I feel. But they're quickly on the come up, I think.
And they're now officially at Chalmers. So I'm serious. If you haven't been to Chalmers recently, they really upped it. And that whole back area gives me good vibes. Like it's starting to become a cool spot. So our friends got like a big cake. There was like 14 of us there that day. And we all just met in the back and like surprised our friends. She thought she was just having a girls' night with like 3 of the other friends. And then walked in the back and we were all there and she started crying.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Literally, my dream is to have a surprise birthday party. I say it every year, and I still haven't gotten one.
Well, for all the friends listening, now you know it.
Literally, like, please. No,
Please just do it.
it just seems really sweet, and I love shit like that. Something I did for my birthday last year is electric shuffle. We've mentioned electric shuffle multiple times on this podcast, but it really is a great place to go with a big group, especially when you're combining friend groups. I had like my influencer friends and my everyday normal life friends. And even though they didn't interact a ton, it was still like easy to talk because we were there like playing a game. And they have like they have that open bar deal now.
That's what I was going to say. Electric Shuffle has a bunch of deals that you can do. So if you have a party, don't think it's going to be as expensive as it is, because I think it's like 10 to 20 people for like the brunch deal, or they do other days of the week, they'll do a special deal. And the one I think was recently, it was like $65.
Open bar.
Open bar, open game for that time that you're there.
Which is an hour and a half.
Yep.
And it includes cocktails.
Yeah.
Like my friends were getting espresso martinis, which are usually like with tip $20 each time.
Yeah.
So
And food.
and food.
Yeah, a bunch
this
of
is
food
the
came out.
craziest deal, and it's insane that people like sleep on it.
Because somebody tried to like even comment on it and try to hate on it when I did the post about it. And I was like, wait, first off, let's just think about this. If you just do like 3 cocktails in Austin nowadays, it's like $60. So that doesn't include that you're getting the game included. You're getting food included.
Literally,
You know?
like
It's
that,
a vibe too. They have a DJ that plays.
The music is really good.
It's really good.
It's crazy how good it is.
Like I started twerking and I didn't even want to do that. It just happened.
We need live footage of that. I'm messaging Kelsey for it. I agree. I have nothing but good things to say about them.
Yep.
I hope these deals are not a sign that like we're struggling. Please come in. 'Cause
There's definitely something there. My theory about that, not to talk about that because I could for an hour, but is that there was an over influx of bars being open. I think we just have too many. So that if you just think about the population in Austin, it's just spread out. You got 10 people go to this bar, 10 people go to this. Like we almost need some less bars. I don't want to say bars to close. But it's just like when you don't have as many places to go, the bars are going to be busy and packed. You know, think about your like local hometown. Where does everybody go the night before Thanksgiving? That one bar that's there.
That's true.
So it just feels like that sometimes, that there's just too many bars.
There is a lot of competition in this city. Just to name some quick hit ideas for birthday ideas. My friend's birthday is in December, and she wants to do a rage room for her birthday. So I think it also came out to $30 or $40 per person, and we're gonna do that. I think it's just called Rage Room ATX. I'm not sure. There's a bunch, I think.
Yeah.
I've never done one, so
Me neither. I can't say much about that.
I know I don't have that much rage stored in me, but I guess maybe lately I do.
I guess I'm the same way, but that was one that reminded me, and we might have talked about this before, but the axe throwing. It's at the same place where the haunted house was. They even do like some type of their own version of escape room as well. They have.
Oh yeah.
So that was really fun. BYOB as well, which is funny because it's axe throwing. And it's like, are we really going to drink and do axe throwing? I even asked them, I was like, has anybody gotten hurt doing this? And they said no.
They're like, we don't have to legally tell you that.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you. But that's another one I think is great for a group, just like the Rage Room.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then there's another location, like right where the train is downtown. There's an escape room there, and I think they have 6 different escape rooms you can choose from.
Have you ever done one?
Not like recently, but I've done like 2 or 3 in the past.
I have a girl group of like 6 girls. One of them like sent an escape room, was like, we should do this. And I was like, girl, we would never get out. Like us 6 dummies, like, no.
Yeah, we did one where it was like 2 jail cells, and then they put half the group in one and half the group in the other, and you had to like pass clues over to the other jail cell.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was really fun.
That does sound more fun. The only experience I have in an escape room is it was me and just one other friend went to an escape room, and with just 2 people.
Just 2 people?
Yeah, it was just 2
that's
of us.
hilarious.
And we couldn't get out because we like just had each other, and we were like, well, and we lived there. Now we live there.
Oh, that's funny. You're like, the escape room is just living in Austin, Texas.
Literally. And other things I have down is you could rent out a karaoke room. We know Holy Moly in downtown has their own karaoke rooms if you're not into their putt-putt golfing thing. There's also in North Austin a legit, like, I believe, Korean karaoke place called High Tunes. There's also Bull and Bowl ATX, which is on West 6th Street. They have free bowling every Sunday. So if your birthday happens to fall on a Sunday, that could be an idea. They've got that mechanical bull. They've got arcade games and other games, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that one makes sense because after you do something wholesome in the day, you can go bar hopping afterwards.
Exactly. And actually, the drinks and the food there is pretty decent at Bull and Bowl.
I don't think I've had actual food there. It's
Yeah,
good.
I remember it being good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely something if you want to like do something walkable around other things.
Yep. I will say too, if you're just trying to save money and not pay for a karaoke room, once again, Egos. It's the diviest bar in Austin, Texas that you can do karaoke at, and it's not hard to walk in there with 10 to 15 people and just take over the karaoke room and have a blast.
It's more fun on a weekday, right? Just because it's less crowded.
I would say so.
Well,
It's going to be crazy. I think it does get busy like almost every night, but the weekends for sure are going to be busier. And I will say it doesn't get crazy till like after 9. But I'm sure they're so cool. And if you even DM them, they would probably be like, oh, you have like a crew of 15 people. Like we can start at 8 for you or something like that. They would totally do that.
wow, that's dope. And then I know you went on a fun Fredericksburg trip with your friends for a birthday. That's really popular here in Austin. But if you don't want to like go somewhere where you spend the night, my friend actually did a wine tour around places closer to Austin. She rented a bus with all of her friends, and we went to 3 places, which the names are escaping me right now. But they were like, I don't know, maybe 30, 25 minutes away. And then they're all close to each other. So after that, we just like went to 3 wineries, and then it took us back to East Austin.
Oh, cool.
So that's an idea.
And since we're talking about wineries, I'll throw it out there. But if you want to do whiskey tours, you got Still Austin. I think it's like $25 to do a half-an-hour whiskey tour to see how they make the whiskey there. And then you can even hop on over to Fierce Whiskers is another local whiskey distillery. And also near the Fredericksburg area, if you don't want to just do wine tours, is Garrison Brothers, which is the 3rd whiskey distillery. And their tour was honestly the most impressive tour I did for whiskey in Texas, because you actually like hop on a little tractor and then they bring you to like one rick house with all the barrels, and then you hop back on and they drive you to another one. They have these huge grounds out there. So it almost feels like you're at a winery, but it's for whiskey.
That's in Austin?
It's right like before Fredericksburg.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn. People who, if your birthday is in the summer, the easy thing is to rent a boat. Boat parties.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, like that's just the thing to do. That's what my boyfriend's birthday is late May, and I did a boat 2 years ago, so that's fun. There's also, if you just want like something where people come and have fun, but you don't need to like all be together, then I would say like arcade games at Pinballs or Cidercade. If you want something more intimate with your friends, I did a pottery class with my friends, and it was so fun. Cafe Monet is what it's called, and you get to keep the creation you make, even though mine was like a lumpy nothingness. It was cute. And And then someone wrote in my DMs to rent an Airbnb, or maybe you have your own house, to be honest, and hire like paella ATX. It's like a guy that with a giant, legit paella pan comes to your house or Airbnb and like makes paella for you, and it feeds like, I don't even know, 30 people.
That's cool.
That would be super dope. That's my dream. Or you can get hibachi.
I was going to say hibachi is a big one where they'll just come to you to do it.
Yeah, I did the Rockstar hibachi for anyone who missed it, and they came to my friend's apartment because none of us have houses. So he literally had to come to an apartment and cooked by the pool, and it was like being in a restaurant. It was super cool. And those are my like ideas for things to do. But there's a bunch of dinner places that people want to know. Unique things that people want to experience for their birthday. Where do you go?
The first one that comes to mind, I do like living it up for my birthday because I'm usually going to dive bars and other stuff the rest of the year and don't always splurge. So places like Red Ash are a big one for me.
Oh my gosh. How could I forget Red Ash?
I love Red Ash. So it's a little bit of Italian, but they offer really good steaks. We had like this huge tomahawk that they cut up for us last time that I was so impressed by. I will say, I don't know if it's the same since they reopened since the fire, but it was like a 2 to 3 month wait to get in there.
I'm finally going.
You are? Okay. I thought you were before, but
I know.
Yeah.
Then the fire happened, but my friend got us a resi early December. So I'm like, fingers crossed that I can finally try it.
Amazing.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they're so legit. Highly recommend them. Another one, I would say Justine's.
Oh my gosh. So I did Justine's in 2020 for my birthday.
Okay.
And I love that place. It's French food
Yeah.
for people that don't know. But I don't know. It's just such a different vibe there. Like, it feels like I'm in another country sometimes, which is maybe what they're going for. But everyone's just so friendly. The food is great. I feel like bougie, but not far from home.
Yep.
Have you been there for your birthday?
Not for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Just before. I would say it's also a great date spot.
Yes, it is.
So-
Yeah, it would be great for like an anniversary. So places I have gone personally that I think were great for birthdays. Justine's was one of them. Kanji, I went to last year.
So good.
Otoko, which is an omakase place, one of the first. I've been there. For 2 years in a row, I went to 1618 Fusion. I love it. It's just so good. And their cocktails, they're always changing them up. The duck is really good there. It's close to everybody. It's like central, and they have parking. Also been to Lin Asian and Intero, which is an Italian place. So those are my personal favorites.
I'll also throw out a free promotion. But if you haven't heard of Fetty, it's basically Uber or Lyft, but it's in a like big bus. Well, I should say like the mini buses. And they let you play music. They let you bring drinks on there. And last birthday that I had, we all got the Fetty. All my friends like brought little pictures of me and they were all holding it up for my birthday. And we took it to Chili's.
Oh my God. What? Which Chili's?
The famous Chili's in Austin.
The 45th and Lamar.
Yeah.
Should have known.
My friends like planned that whole thing for me, which was pretty cool. And then, which, like I said, sometimes I'd prefer to go to like a classier place, but I'm like, this is just too fun to say no to this. Like, we got to go.
That's dope.
So we took the Chili's, the Fetty, blasted music on the way there, pre-gamed at our apartment, and then had a fun time at Chili's and drank frozen margs. And
Your friends planned that for you?
yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, to have someone plan something for me. I'm like the planner of my group.
We have a crazy group when it comes to birthdays. Like every time it's somebody's, they all get together and they like rally to figure out something special and different for everyone.
I love that.
Yeah.
So places for a group, for dinner wise, for like a birthday or celebration, I wrote down some of my favorites, which is Tiki Tatsuya. That's if you want to really go somewhere that does not feel like Austin at all. It's very tropical in there, and it's like a rainforest cafe.
Yeah, or like going to Disney World.
Yeah, except not as, insane.
Yeah. And the bartenders there are really legit. It's not like these cheap like sugary drinks. The bartenders know what they're doing.
Ooh, my friend, she's single and goes on dates a lot. Anytime a guy asks her, where do you want to go on a date? She says Tiki Tatsuya.
That is hilarious. She's just having fun, and he's like, "Are we gonna chat?" And
No, literally, she's like, the drinks are so good and fun. And she's like, I got to go twice in 1 week one time. And I'm like, girl, you are doing it right.
I love that.
Also, Korean barbecue is fun with a group. I personally like Gangnam barbecue in South Austin. I know there's other options up north. Obviously, like when you get closer to Cedar Park, it becomes like the best Asian foods are up there, or Asian restaurants. And I know they have Korean barbecue up there too. The guest house.
Guest house, okay.
I got
I've
a lot
yet
of
to go.
responses. Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy
I know.
because their drinks are so good.
It was another one that like so many people already went that I was like, okay, let me keep focusing on other places that people don't talk about. But I bumped into like bartenders that go there, other people that are connected to the business, and they're like, we got to get you out the guest house. And I've heard nothing but great things.
Really? I've heard you either hate it or you love it.
Well, I guess like, you know us, like we like DJs, which I heard they have DJs. The drinks look flashy and cool.
The drinks are flashy.
So if you're somebody that likes dive bars, of course you're gonna hate it. And I love dive bars, but you know me, I'm classy and trashy. So
It's mostly people who are like attached to Old Austin that hate it because
Yes.
it's very like Vegas
Yes.
flashy style, which we don't have many of those places in Austin. So I enjoyed my experience. Is the food something I think about all the time? No. But was it good? Yes. Now, the drink I had there was amazing. I actually do think about that drink a lot, and I would go back specifically for it. It was called like the magic mushroom or something.
yeah,
But
and it's like it's hung on things, right?
yeah, mine specifically was a mezcal drink, so that's probably why I loved it so much. But it was so good. And yeah, if you are bougie or you want like to actually dress up, we've said this before, there aren't many places in Austin where you can dress up. If you dress up and go to the guest house, you'll fit in because it's a very like nice looking place. I also have written down Sway, which is one of my favorite all-time Austin restaurants. They used to be on South First, and now they're more west, I guess on Westlake, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But they have a rooftop area that would be great for a group. They also have these big-ass tables for like communal seating in their actual restaurant. The food is some of my favorite in Austin. It's like upscale Thai.
Okay.
It's so good. But my boyfriend and I went on a date there in the beginning and just sat at their rooftop bar, and it has like a skyline view of Austin. It's really great.
Speaking of that, how is Nido? Because I've heard that also has some of the best views, one of the best rooftops to have a drink. But it looks like from the pictures like a small space where the rooftop is. How is that place?
I do like Nido for the rooftop, but it is a small space. It's more like a lounge area, but you can have your actual meal there.
Okay.
I personally don't think the food is amazing, incredible. It was fine. The drinks were great. So anytime somebody asks me about my thoughts on that, I recommend getting drinks at their rooftop lounge or even their bar, which has a huge window of the skyline. It truly is like the best view of the skyline in the city, like period, bar none. I have them written down for if you have like really large parties and need a separate room, a private room to have your celebration or function, whatever. And then, yeah, I did this for my boyfriend's birthday this year, was take him to an omakase. I took him to sushi bar and he loved it. But if you're on like a budget, I've recommended Endo Sushi before, which it's only $99 if you go on a weekday, which is a steal. Like that's crazy. That's more of a traditional style sushi, but it's really good. And then for groups, again, I have Soup Leaf Hot Pot. Have you ever had Hot Pot?
No, actually.
Do you think you'd like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
If anyone has not had Hot Pot before, it's like you're given these raw meats and you dip them in like literally like a boiling pot of broth that they provide for you. And you can put whatever you want in it, like noodles, veggies, other little ingredients. The soup leaf hot pot, and it's more North Austin. It's really good.
Okay.
It's like in a strip mall kind of other Asian businesses.
I know where that's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like next to Cezanne.
Yep.
It's so good. And then one last thing for groups. We all know how annoying it is to get like a big bill and you have to split the bill with your friends. That is so annoying. But this place, it's brand new, Machi Sushi. It's all you can eat sushi for $35. Like, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have not been yet, so I don't know how good the quality is, but I need to go soon. But that's an option if you're like, I don't want to deal with like some fancy dinner. I just want something affordable for all my friends where we all can pay separate and have a good time. And it's fun because robots deliver the food to you.
Yeah.
So that could be something
Is that
fun
the one
for
I saw
birthday.
some people just posting about?
Yes.
Okay.
It's brand new and everyone's posting about it. But it caught my attention with the robots. So
Okay. I might go to that actually.
I know, me too.
Maybe I'll go tonight.
Just a couple more unique places. Space Cowboy. You like that place.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. You know, that was another one that like old Austin just hates it because it's like this futuristic thing. But, you know, I thought the drinks were pretty good. Food was actually solid. They brought in a pretty good chef to take care of it. But it's literally these little robots that like go around, not like on their own. They have like their own track.
On a conveyor belt.
Yeah, and it comes over to your table and just opens up and you can grab your drink from it, which I thought was super cool.
I'm surprised you like the drinks because I didn't like
Okay.
any of them.
Wow.
Like, they were super sweet for me.
Okay, I do lean sweeter when it
Oh,
comes to
okay.
drinks.
We tried 4 of them.
Wow.
I know. I was like, surely I'll like something.
What is
And
like your go-to drink that you like? If you would just go and no menu, you just want to order something.
I like mezcal, sours, margaritas. I had a whiskey sour in Florida. Yeah, mezcal or tequila.
Okay.
But I don't like Aperol or
Me neither.
vermouth.
Yeah, they're dry and
Yeah, it tastes
bitter.
like cough medicine or something tastes like cough medicine. Is that an Negroni maybe?
possibly, yeah.
I wait for the day that I like Negronis because then I'll feel like a true adult.
Yeah. What about an Aperol spritz? Even though you said you don't like Aperol, but they do lighten it up a little bit.
I don't mind those.
Same. I'm tossed up on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never order it. But yeah, I lean more like I want something spicy. Love a good spicy marg. But yeah.
Yeah. My favorite drink of all time is a New York sour, which is basically a whiskey sour. I'm sure you can get it with other alcohol as well. But they put a float of red wine on top, which adds
Oh.
a little more balance and complexity to it.
That sounds yummy.
It's so good. And sometimes they'll do it with like foam. I had one guy, he made it where it was a red wine foam on top.
Ooh.
So it's like the whiskey sour and a red like creaminess to it that it was
Ooh,
so
I would
nice.
like that. I love a drink that has if I see like egg white,
Yes, same.
I'm getting it because I'm like, I know I'll like that. The frothiness is just so good. Funny enough, the Tipsy Alchemist, they used to have this lavender drink. I think it was called Violet, You're Turning Violet, and it had like a purple froth on top.
Interesting.
I don't know how they did it, but it was a gin drink. And I never ordered gin drinks, but it was so good. It was delicious. Don't know if it's still there.
I know. I haven't been to Tipsy in forever, but that used to be one of the spots for good cocktails.
I know. My friends never want to go because it's like $20 a cocktail.
Yeah, especially if you're just like, we're going to Rainy. You're not going to go for that reason.
I know. I just wanted to go back for that specific drink.
Yeah.
But nobody cared.
Well, they had a really impressive drink menu. If you want something unique and not the same old, some of y'all already know about this place, but Malanga Room, you know, it's like I can give you a list of like the top 5 speakeasies, and everybody always knows those speakeasies because that is like the same list that always goes out here nor there. It's like arguably the best bar in Austin. But Malanga Room is one that doesn't get talked about a lot. And you were just talking about that gin drink with a little foam on top. They made one as well. It was purple.
Oh,
So I'm like, is it the same person that was working there and brought it over to there? Because
Maybe.
it's fantastic.
I need to go back there.
Yeah, it's such a vibe. It's very low key.
I'm gonna go Friday.
Do it.
I just found out my boyfriend is taking me to the new Oko
Okay.
because Ossing Den closed and it's now called Oko.
Yeah.
It's like right next to, or not right next to, but it's walking distance to the Milongo room. So I'm gonna be like, can we go?
I want to know like what that's all about because how much does switching over, just like your whatever it is for the restaurant, it doesn't look like it changed that much. I mean, it's a new menu, but you rebranded.
It's the same people?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like, or some of the same people that owned it are there. Maybe some of the people aren't. Maybe that's why.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I thought the concept before was amazing.
I know if it's broke, if it ain't broke, don't
Yeah.
fix it.
But maybe they just didn't get enough people and they just thought like, let's try something fresh and switch it up.
That's crazy because every time I walked by Ossing Den, there was always a wait to
Wow.
eat there. And then of course they had that room in the back on Thursday nights.
I love that.
Yeah,
Like,
do they still do that?
I was talking to the person who does Secret Disco, and they do like a bunch of fun pop-up events in Austin. You can find them on Instagram if you like EDM music. But they were like, we wanted to start doing more intimate events, and I'm like, I would love to partner with you on that. But things where it's just like a tiny room, you don't even know about it till like last minute, or it's like invite only. But you can get on the list, like anybody in the public can join it. But maybe they just say like, we're going to randomly pick people to say you're invited to this. Something where it's like these crazy pop-ups and they're like, how did they do a party there that one night? And then switch it out throughout the city. One day it's like on a small rooftop that you never would see a DJ on.
Oh, true.
So I'm kind of like, that's one of my goals long term is to do like these more intimate, crazy parties.
The ones on the bridge
Yes.
waves, those look super fun.
So fun. I love that. And that's what that was a big thing in New York City is they would do crazy pop-ups for DJ events and even, this is a really good recommendation, but I don't know if you know, it's more bands and live music. I'm sorry, I just thought about this on the podcast, so I can't remember, and I will search for it to give it to you guys, but it's
So Far Sounds?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like that to me is such a recommendation to give to people because it's literally you just follow them. I think you can sign up to their newsletter or something, and then they just do these music pop-ups at different locations, and you never know who's going to be playing, and it's just a special night of people coming together for music.
It's true. I think that's so Austin too, because you just see a bunch of people sitting in a room
Yes.
and one guy's playing like the guitar singing, and I'm like, damn.
So what is it?
pretty dope.
SOF? Because I want to make sure I get it right for the people. Yeah. So it's So Far ATX. SOFARATX. It says creating space where music matters. So Far brings artists and audiences together through unique live experiences in surprising places. So they've done it where like they'll just put it on a rooftop that they never had music at before in Austin somewhere. I've seen it in like a small little cafe where they just move the tables apart and everybody lays on blankets while like a person plays their guitar.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. So you can follow them on Instagram, and they'll let you know when they're doing like random pop-ups to check out.
I'm waiting for the day that I get an invite to go to a concert on top of the new Rivian car place on South Congress. They have a gorgeous view of the skyline, and it's right by the main Congress bridge. And it's a car company that is like on the come up right now. But they have events up there, and I'm like, how do I make that list?
I hope next South by Southwest there's like crazier and crazier pop-ups.
Oh, they have to do something.
Yeah.
That would be so fun. Okay. I get asked a lot, like, what are some fancy places to have a birthday dinner? So I just wanted to say these real quick. Well, these would be my top picks for fancy places to get dinner for your birthday or celebration in Austin, Texas. And that would be Ember Kitchen. It's really great, like, what do I even call it? I don't know. They have some, skip it. Ember Kitchen, okay? In the Seahome District. It's so good.
Yep.
J Prime Steakhouse. You know what it is in the name. It's very like fine dining. They really care about you having a great experience. They also have some fancy desserts. Hestia, which just won a Michelin star. Love them. They have really great steaks and seafood, I believe.
wood fire steaks, which is like different than your typical, you know, over a seared steak. They just do it differently there. And you can actually see when you go in, they have a whole area that shows like all the wood just like sitting there to the side before the chefs use it, which is really cool.
That is cool.
And their desserts are crazy.
They are. I'd also add Uchiba, which opened a year ago. It's sushi downtown. I think it's way better than Uchi and Uchiko. Way better vibe inside as well. I'd also add Kanji to the list because I'm always talking about them and how great their food is. And just to add one more, I would say Birdie's, which isn't super fancy, but the pasta quality is delicious and like super good. They were also recognized by the Michelin people.
They were on it was like New York Magazine or something for best restaurants in America.
Oh yeah, they literally won an award for, oh God, what was it? Food and Wine Magazine.
Something like that,
recognized them. And yeah, so all of these places would be great to have a birthday. There you go.
I'll throw out Pasta Bar as well because I went there not too long ago. And that's just felt like a special occasion. You know,
It's super special.
yeah.
It's crazy that they didn't get a Michelin star.
I know. They probably were not happy about that, but I think they deserve it.
It was really great when I went 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I recommend doing the wine tasting with it because every single dish that they bring out to you, they have like a story and a reason behind why they're pairing it with the wine.
I love that. Just one more rec for something unique is Dip 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 Tatsuya. It's also considered a hot pot place, but it's just way more fancy. And I highly recommend getting their omakase experience. It's not sushi. They choose the meats for you. They show you how to cook it. And some people don't like that idea, like, I have to cook my own food. But some other people like, the hands-on experience. I'm one of those people.
I know. I will say I do lean towards like, I don't want to cook my food.
And, that is totally fair. I want something to do. So I'm just like, I'm a chef.
Over that. Yeah.
I
think also because I do all the cooking at home. So I'm just like, if I'm going out, I'm just chilling.
That's totally fair. And yeah, that is a shit ton of recs for y'all.
Yeah, there's a lot of great spots on there. But I think that'll come in handy because I know people are going to DM us. I mean, that's a big DM I get all the time is like, where should I go for my birthday?
Oh, 100%.
And I'm like, watch episode 19 of the Austin Pod.
I know, seriously. Of course, I get asked that all the time, but I'm always like, listen, it depends. What kind of food do you like? Where do you live? What vibe are you going for? How many people are you inviting to this birthday
I'm like,
thing?
can you fill out this form and then I can get back to you in 3 to 5 business days?
I know. And then some people will be so vague, like, just good food, good vibes.
No. You want to talk about vague? I mean, I get like, yo, what's a lit bar to go to?
Just say Latchkey.
That's
every
what
time.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's what they
I
want.
don't know you. I need to know. Or I get that. Like, what bar should I go to today?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, oh, sorry. It's funny because I can't tell you the amount of times where me and Kelsey will be like, all right, it's our day off. Let's go somewhere. And then I just pull up my own list. Like I'll pull up, I do a best bar in Austin tournament every year. And I'll just go to that and I'm just staring at it. And 64 bars. And I'm like, which one do I get? It's like overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
It's almost best. Like I miss the days when I didn't know every single place and you just walk down the street. And then when you just walk down the street, you can like look in bars and see, oh, look, it looks really fun in there. There's a lot of people. Or you hear music somewhere and you're like, let's just go wherever that music is.
Yeah.
Now I know everything.
I know everything.
Which makes it just harder. So
yeah, it's a struggle. But I think we gave some great recaps. I mean, some great recommendations just to recap for y'all. Some birthday idea things to do, also some fancy dinner places to go to, some bar recs. I did have this one little note of places to go that are like, what's the word? Kid friendly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you have some of those?
I had a couple. I think we kind of went into a few of the ones. Like I was going to say, Electric Shuffle before I think 8 o'clock allows people that are under 21, which is really nice. So you can, like my little brother was in town. He's 19. So I brought him. Obviously, Cidercade is a good one. Top Golf, Escape Room. Go-karting, if you go to the racetracks, Coda, they offer go-karting. I think it was like $40 to do like a half an hour or something like that. So those are some good options, and then obviously mini golf is always fun.
Oh yeah, those are great options. If you are like a parent and all your friends are parents and you all have like a little kid, I would say you're probably looking for somewhere like spacious and like where people can just come and go. You don't need somewhere to like sit down, reserve a table, and it becomes chaotic. Then I would say places like Meanwhile Brewing. They have a little playground there. You can get a beer, you can get coffee. They have food trucks. Similarly is Central Machine Works. They've got food, alcohol, non-alcoholic drinks, a lot of space, communal seating. Radio East or even Radio South, same thing, lots of space, and Cosmic Coffee.
Yeah.
Mainly the one on Pickle Road because the one on Saltillo, it's probably not as kid friendly as the
No,
other
I don't
one.
think I've ever seen a kid there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no kids in East Austin, let's be real. But yeah, just those like big space places with
Yep.
food trucks and alcohol and coffee that you can just go to and not need a reservation. Are good.
I get reached out to that about a lot, like what's a good bar for my kids, and it's always like Meanwhile Brewing is always on that list.
Yeah, I can't think of bars that are not a brewery.
It's always breweries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Are kids just like not allowed at bars, but they're allowed at beer breweries?
Yeah. Maybe there's something to do with the hard liquor and people aren't getting as crazy maybe on the beer.
Oh, that makes sense.
Maybe.
Who knows? I don't know. Okay, I think that wraps it up. That was a shit ton of recommendations for y'all.
Yeah. Write them down. Rewatch the episode. Like the episode. Comment on your favorite place to go for your birthday.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode. You can find the Austin Pod on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. We are now on Apple Podcasts. So wherever you get your podcasts, you've got 3 choices.
Yes.
And yeah, that wraps it up for episode 19. And we will catch you on the next one.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye.